Hi. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. And welcome to Bellacrafts Live. Once again, we are here once again. So I hope everybody is doing good. Hi, Christine. She's here and ready to watch. All right, girl. I'm so glad you could make it today. Yeah, I'm doing something fun today. We're working with Ann's products. So we're going to be doing some foiling, but I'm going to show you how to create this really fun card that I um, designed. Yeah. So we're going to be doing that today. Anne is not with me right now. She's going to be popping in probably towards the end um, of my live, just so we can probably talk about Bellicon and and do that stuff. So right now it's just me. So hi, Helen, and I'm glad that you guys can come hang out. Oh, you were not gonna miss today. Good for you, Christine. Good for you. I know it's so much more fun. Hi, Isabel. It's so much fun when it's in person, right? I mean, as in person as we can get this way, but it's just more fun, I think, when you're here and you can talk back and forth and all of that fun, silly stuff. So let me show you guys real quick what we're going to be doing today. This is part of the card that I am doing for you. I undid the bow. I had the bow nice and pretty, and I undid it because I wanted to check the inside once again, make sure everything was where I left it. So that is it, and then when we get started, I'll show you the inside. So yeah, so much fun. So Anne and I are busy with Bellicon. Anne has been working like a maniac woman, like she always does when it's Bellicon time, because she really puts a whole lot of work into it. I just kind of do background stuff to help where I can. But yeah, she's been super busy on her vacation doing that and having lots of fun and stuff too. So we are going to be talking about Bellicon, as I said, a little later. But right now, we're going to be doing this. And I owe you guys 2 weeks worth of winners because I didn't announce last week's winner and I did not choose one for today either. So I'm going to do that right when I get done today. So I don't forget again because there's just so much going on. I was telling Anne this morning I had a crafty mishap in my studio where I have this unit over here on this wall over here in my studio, and it's got tons of cubbies that you can put stuff in and all that. Well, I noticed that it felt kind of funny, when I was pulling something out the other day. Long story short, I pulled something out, the cabinet came. I'm doing this, screaming for my husband to come help because my dog is right there and I didn't want it to fall on her. So half of my studio, this whole half of my studio is in my living room at this moment. So I've been trying to, find things and figure out where everything is. And I have to, redo everything. Oh, it's just a mess. It's just a mess, you guys. But you know what? It's life. It happens. I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. So as long as that's going on, that stuff is trivial to me. Okay, so we are going to be working with Anne's products with Decofoil today. I'm going to show you. Yes, thank you, Christine. It was, the good thing about that unit is that it's not wood. It's one of the cube units that you can put together. So I was grateful for that because I would have I may not have been here today if it was wood. This cabinet next to me is wood, but my husband has it anchored to the wall. So I just put one too many things in that other one, and it just, yeah. So, But yeah, I wasn't worried about me so much. I was worried about my poor dog because she's sound asleep. She has no idea anything is even going on, even when as I'm yelling, because she's going to be 16 this year, right? And she's lost a lot of her hearing. So she couldn't even hear me yelling. She's just sound asleep, oblivious to the whole thing. And I was just glad that my puppy wasn't in here because that would have really been a mess. So now that I told you about my little mishap this last week, I just can't take it, you guys. I am such a goober. So let's get started. Okay. We're using and stuff today, as I said, and we are going to be sponsoring the giveaway. I promise I will announce the two winners later today, as I said. But don't forget, like, comment, and share my video, and then you'll be entered into the randomizer so I can pick a winner. Okay. So don't forget to do that. But I say, okay, so I got all you guys. All right. So everybody's good. So I'm going to switch cameras and we're going to get to crafting. How much fun is that? All right. So hold on 1 minute and I will switch my cameras over and we'll be ready to go. So much fun. Oh, wrong one. Let's try this again. All right. There we go. Okay, so here we are. Now, this is the card that we're creating today. And it is super, super easy. The hardest part about this card is making sure that you start the ribbon off right so you get the nice stitched look instead of not, because if you don't do it a certain way, it doesn't look good. So we're going to get started with that. But I wanted to tell you guys too, I did do a pattern for this because there's a whole lot of holes in this, right? So I did a pattern, and what I'm going to do is I didn't get a chance to do it this morning, but I am going to make it available for you guys if you want to use it. So I will put the link in for it when I'm done here. And then also in my blog post that I put up, it'll also be in that. And basically, I just want you guys to know, so you have the thing with the holes and then, just a little bit of direction. So it's not that big of a deal, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys had that. Okay. So I will take care of that when we are done. All right. So let me open this card to show you, because you can do this card differently than how I did. Okay, because mine, as you can see, as I go to pull it all out, you can see that I left my inside. I adhered it to the inside of the envelope, okay? Because I just wanted I wanted the excitement of pulling all of the ribbons out and then just seeing, fun inside. This would be perfect for a gift card or anything like that. I did it as a birthday card, but then you can open it up and then this is what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so pretty. Just, some quick foiling and some really quick watercoloring to color those flowers and add a sentiment and you're good to go. And then your sentiment on the front. All right, so let's get started and I will show you how to make this fun card. All right, so first of all, you're going to start off with the card base. Now, you'll see in the pattern, let me show you this again, just so I made notes on the pattern because I didn't want anybody to get confused, because the pattern obviously is square, right? Because I couldn't put it like this on the paper. So you're going to start off with a piece that is 8 inches by 8 inches. That's what this is. And the top of your card is the one that has the 2 holes in the top. Okay. So this is the pattern here. So what you would do once you cut out your 8x8 paper, okay, you're going to turn it this way, and then this is going to be your top. All right. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. If not, if you have questions or whatever when you're working on it, feel free to, message me if something comes up and, you just have a question or whatever. I have no issues with, helping you guys out because that's what we do. All right. So we're going to start out with our 8x8 cardstock. And what you're going to do is you're going to score it just like this. So now you have the square. All right. So you want to make sure that you put all of your holes in and all of that. And just keep in mind that your opening or the top of your card is this. Okay. So first things that we're going to do is we are going to foil. We love foiling. Okay, so for this one, I had been on Anne for years to design me some sunflower paper. I was like, you need to do some sunflower paper for me. So she did last year. And I just love this paper. I just love the sunflowers. It's so, so pretty. So this is what we're using. Okay. And then let me show you real quick about the product so you will know exactly what I used as far as foils and stuff. But keep in mind, everything will be on my blog post. Okay. All right. Okay. So along with Anne's papers, which I just showed you one of them, she has, oh geez, I want to say 5 or 6 different sets out now. It might be more. I'm not positive, but she has quite a few sets. And they come 6x6 in a package, and they're just really fun to use. So I used that, and then also I used, she has the sentiments. She's got a package full of sentiments, and I used 2 of those. You can see, well, mine are all like scrunched in here because I have a couple packages in one. But yeah, it's got all kinds of fun little sayings and stuff on it that you can add to your card for your sentiments. So we use that. And then, of course, thermal web. We can't foil without thermal web, guys, because it's just too cool. All right. So for the papers, or for the foils, I should say, I used the sweet mango. Okay. That is the one that I'm going to foil here in just a second for you to see. And then also I foiled a second sheet. I'm not going to foil this one because I've already done it ahead of time. I didn't foil it, but I'll show you what I mean in a sec. Okay. So for this, I used this beautiful blue that is in the Color Harmony transfer foils. These are so much fun because you get 4 different patterns in a package, and I absolutely love them. And I finally got a chance to use my blues because you guys know how much I love blue. Blue and yellow, my favorite combination. So this is the foil that I used, and that is for your outside layers here that I did. All right. So there we go. All right. Let me put this off to the side for now and get it up out of my way. So those are the products that we use today. So right now I'm going to foil the sunflower paper. Okay. So we're going to start with that first. And I'm going to grab my Gina K machine here. All right, and then I will put this off to the side because I don't really need it right now. All right. So if you've never foiled before, you're in for a treat because foiling, aside from Rhinestone Genie, is one of the quickest ways that you can add blingy stuff to your work, to your projects. So I always get excited when we get to foil. So what we're going to do, okay, I have my foiling machine here. This is called the Fuse Foiling System from Gina K. All right. And then there's also a carry sheet. And what you're going to do is you're going to place the foil on top of your toner paper, whichever toner paper you're using, but we're using sunflowers. So you're going to place this on top with the pretty side facing up. Okay, I say this every single time I foil for the simple reason that most of the time when people foil for the first time, they always end up putting the foil on this way, thinking that the color is what needs to lay down on the toner. And that is, yeah, no. Okay, the actual foil part that's going to stick to the toner paper is the silver side. So you always want to make sure that you have the color side, no matter what color you're using, facing up. Okay, so once you do that, then you're going to take it and put it inside the carrying sheet. Make sure that I am nice and straight. And my paper is covered, which it is. Yay. Okay. And then I have mine set on 4. This particular machine has 5 settings on it, and I use 4 when I'm foiling. All right. So we're going to slide this in the front here. And then what this is going to do is it's going to travel through the machine. And then it's going to heat the foil, and the foil is going to transfer onto the toner paper. And that's what makes it so beautiful once you pull it all off. And I say it every time too. I hate it. It makes me crazy because you can't always see the beautiful shimmer on camera. And it makes me crazy because, when you see it in person, it pops. All right. So we're out the other side. So I'm going to turn my machine off here and get this up out of the way. Okay, so what you would do for this one is you're going to foil this piece. Okay, and we're going to pull this off right now so we can see. Ooh, there we go. Oh, so beautiful. See, this is what I mean about you can't always see the beautiful color. But it's there. It is there, and it is gorgeous. This is like it's called sweet mango. So it's like an orange, but it's a little rusty orange, I would say. Not a bright orange, but yeah, you can't. It's so frustrating on camera. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. All right, so we've got our foiling. You're going to foil this. And then also, you're going to foil this sheet. Okay, this is what you're going to foil with the blue. And then when we get to it, this is going to be for the triangles. All right. And then I'll show you a trick about the triangles too. Okay. So right now, we're going to start off with our card base. We got that here. All right. And then I added my blue cardstock. This is going to be my layer. All right. Now, paper wise, as I said, you're going to cut this as an 8x8. This blue cardstock is 5.5 by 5.5. And then here we're going to cut the toner paper to 5.25 by 5.25. So basically, you're just taking it down a quarter of an inch. All right. So we are going to check that out and then just trim that piece right off. And you can save these to use in different projects. I don't always save them, but I do save them a lot. Anne saves everything. If I had her big, huge room, I would too. My room's not big as hers, so I can only save so much or I'm going to have all those things falling down on my head all the time. All right, so we're going to cut that out. There we go. And then we're going to adhere the 2 pieces together. And then what you're going to do from here, once you have this done, then you can watercolor or add color to the sunflowers however you want. I watercolored mine in just some really quick, because it's all sunflowers. So it was very easy to just add some yellows and oranges and that whatnot to my paper with my watercolor pencils. I'm not going to take the time to color it all right now because it's like watching paint dry, right? Okay, so you've got your blue base, you've got your toner paper for the top, and then before we glue this down to the inside, we have to add the ribbon first. All right. So what I found easy for doing this type of project with all of the holes, especially with my nails, I found that it's really easier to use a large needle, I don't know what you call it, but the slit part of the needle is big. So you can fit your ribbon right through it. All right. So this is the part that is way important because, as I said, if you don't get that on there the right way, all right, then you're going to have a mess. So now what you're going to do, and this is where it gets confusing a little bit because you're going to turn. Now, remember, this is your top, but you're going to turn it to the side here and you're going to start your ribbons in these two holes here. So what you want to do, I just pulled my ribbon out again. Oh, well. What you want to do first is just adhere the ribbon down. All right. So let me, whoops. All right. Okay. Oh, there we go. So first thing that you want to do, there we go. All right. So if it makes it easier, because it did for me, once I cut this out, I just put two tiny little marks on my paper so I knew where to start my ribbon. So it's, oops, this way. Sorry about that. Okay, so it's down here. All right. So what you want to do is you want to thread your ribbon through first. And you just want a little bit of it. And you're going to glue this part down. So we're going to do that on each side. Just add a little tiny bit of glue and just adhere your ribbon right down. And then you don't have to worry so much as far as seeing the ribbon and it looking all ugly because you're going to have your layer on top of it. So it's going to be nice and pretty. All right. So now we want to do the same thing with the other one. So, and this is just I have to use the needle when I'm doing this kind of stuff because of my nails, because it is harder for me and my hands. So using the needle makes it just makes it so much easier. So I'm going to pull that through. All right. And then we're going to glue this other side down. And you want to, now when I first started doing mine, the first one I did with some blue ribbon. And I thought, ooh, that's so pretty. But I only had 1/4 inch of the blue satin ribbon. So I was like, all right, I'll try it. So I tried it. I did not like it because it was too hard and too bulky to try to put through the holes. It says on the pattern, but you're going to use a 1/4 inch hole punch, right? So trying to get that ribbon in those holes, and I just didn't like the way it looked. So you want to use an 1/8 of an inch ribbon. Now in my finished one, I used green, but unfortunately I really need to get some more ribbon. I did not have enough of the green, so we're using the yellow now. All right. But as long as it's a 1/4 of an inch, you can do whatever color you want, whatever makes you happy. All right, so now we're going to start. And let me grab this real quick. Get this out of my way so I can see what I'm doing here. All right. Now let me. Oh no, I was right the first time. Dang it. All right, we got to stop. I was right the first time. I thought I was. We're going to pull those out. Okay, we're going to start again. So the holes, these are the ones that you want to use. Oh, I'm such a goober. Okay, so when I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, no, oh no, but then I marked them over here. But no, these are the holes you want to use. Oh, I'm so glad that you guys just keep coming back, even though you know that I am completely insane. But hopefully I make it fun for you. Oh, never a dull moment when I'm crafting. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. So add a little bit there. There we go. Lay that down. Then we're gonna take our other piece and do the same thing. And that is the reason why I marked things ahead of time. But even though I marked it, I still messed it up. But I would have gotten halfway through it and went, oh man, that is all the wrong way. And we don't want to do that. So I'll pull this one through. And adhere that one down. There we go. All right. Now we're ready. We are ready to thread. All right. So I'm going to take my ribbon and put it back in. You're going to want, I cut my ribbon 20 inches, 2 pieces at 20 inches. Okay. You don't really need the whole 20 inches, but if you're like me, I like to have a little bit of leftover. And if I have to cut it off, I cut it off. It's better than getting in the middle of the project and realizing that it's not, it's not going to work, because that's just frustrating. All right. So we are going to start by, I'm going to pull this one through. Okay, we're going to start here, I think. I'll know when I see it. Yep. All right. Let me get my stuff together here. All right. I want to run it through the other way. Like I said, this is the part that is the hardest. And basically, you just have to remember what you're doing. Oh, this happens every single time I get my project done ahead of time. Then I can't remember which way something goes or how something works. And it just frustrates me to death when I do that. But, I am a crazy crafter. That's what I should have named my business. The Crazy Crafter. All right. So we're going to pull this through. And then you're going to come over to this side. And we're only going to do this first side first. Okay. We'll do this side in a minute. But you're going to pull it through. Okay. And then come through this hole. And then you're going to go into this one. Come on, you. There we go. And this is why I said it's so much easier to use the eighth of an inch ribbon, because it just lays so much nicer and it just looks, it just looks prettier, I think. Okay, so then you're just going to run it through just like this until you get all the way to the top. Okay, so we're going to go this way and then pull that. And then pull it through. Oh, we did it backwards. I want to go over. There we go. All right. I'm going to put that back through again. There we go. Okay. What you want to make sure, you just want to make sure that each of your strips, as you're doing them, that your ribbon is on top. Okay. You want to just make sure that is on top. So I'm not going to finish all of this because we'll just be here forever. But you get the idea of what you need to do. Now, I noticed in this one, I should have started it in the other hole. But again, you're going to have the instructions. So you'll be able to see exactly where I messed this part up down here. But you want to do it on both sides. Okay. So once you have that side done, then you're going to start on the second side, and then you're going to pull that one up and run that through. All right, so now I'm going to take all of this apart again. But I wanted to make sure that you saw about the ribbons, because it does make a difference. Because you see, if you don't put it the right way, you're going to get this right here. Okay, instead of it being all the way across to where it's nice and pretty and laced. All right, so that's what I want to make sure that you guys see. All right. So now, and then when I do my blog post, I do step-by-step photos too that will show you exactly, so if you don't catch it all here, or if I make a boo-boo here, then I can fix it on the other one. So then what you want to do is you just want to take your center, and we're just going to adhere this right smack in the middle. And you're going to have all of the pretty triangles that are going to be left. Okay, so again, this is your top up here. Always go by your 2 holes. That's how you know. All right. And now we're just going to add the triangles. Now, what I did for these, I cut them out of the blue cardstock. And actually, the exact amount or the exact measurement on these are 4.5. Okay, 4.5 by 2.25. So you're going to do 4 pieces of each. Blue cardstock, and then, of course, your flourish paper with the blue foil on it. This one's going to go on your front. This one's going to go on the inside. So we're going to just lay these. And the reason why this is important, because you want to make sure when you cut these out that they don't cover up your holes, because then you're just in trouble. All right. So we're just going to lay these down real quick. You would think that, since I designed this card, that I would remember how to how to do everything, but that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I like I said, I get it done early, and then, my brain is just fried. All right, so we're going to add that. Let's see. Add a little here. And then also too, if I do, because there has been one time when I was working on a project, and I got right in the middle of it while I was filming and completely blew the project up. It was horrible. Yeah, it was bad. So what I ended up doing was going back and re-recording and then just letting everybody know, okay, here guys, this is the correct way that you want to do this. Okay, so you can see by the size of the triangles that I'm just avoiding my holes all together. So you're going to lay that down for your center. Then you have your little pretty here. And then for your outside, then you're going to add your triangles to your outside. So for these, I just lay them right up against the edge of my paper. Okay, I do the same thing with these. On the fold, I lay the triangle right on that fold. And then we're just going to add the rest of these. And obviously you want to use more glue than what I'm using because I'm just kind of barely using anything. Just long enough so I can get it to stick and you guys can see what it looks like. All right, so then this one. All right, we need to, this is my top piece. Make sure I get that centered. There we go. And then this is the last one. All right. So again, I'm just eyeballing it, just making sure that I'm not close to where my holes are for my ribbon, and trying to make them as easily spaced apart when it's all put together as I can. It's not something that, is, unless you're a complete perfectionist, then, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so lastly then, once I did all that, then the last thing that we're going to do is I took the same beautiful foil, the sweet mango, and as I said, I used 2 of Anne's sentiments. This is the happy birthday, and this one says, wishing you a beautiful day. So you're going to run these through your machine and foil just like I showed you how to do this one. All right, so we're going to peel this off, and then this is going to go on your inside. And I put mine right smack in the center. There we go. All right. And then last, I take my happy birthday one and just add this one right to the top. Make sure that it's going to go on there. There we go. Right there. Okay. And that's how you finish it off. It's very, very, like I said, it's very simple. The hardest thing is just, the ribbons. It just, the ribbons make me crazy. And as I'm looking at it now, I can see exactly what I did wrong. So I want to correct that right now before we go any further. Because, what I wanted to say too about the center before I forget is this part, if you want it to just stay laced up, then don't adhere this down. You can just leave it and then just have them pull it out. And that, you can do your card that way. I liked the whole thing of, moving the ribbons and then, like the big reveal kind of thing. All right. So let me do this one more time with the ribbon because I can see now exactly. I was wondering why I wasn't working right. All right. So you're going to put your ribbon on this hole here and this one. These are the ones you're going to start on. And again, I have it all on the instructions for you. So, the pattern so you don't get confused. But yeah, so that way, this side, what am I trying to say? Laces, there we go, all the way up. And then you have this side over here, as you do in my finished, where this side is laced up. See, I made the boo-boo of doing them both on the same side. So we're going to correct that right now. So just make sure when you start, this is your top. You're going to add your first hole here. And then you're going to add your second. You're going to start with your second one over here. All right. So that I hope corrects the boo-boo that I just made so you can understand it a little bit better. And then again, what you're going to do is just lace it all the way up. Let me see if I can grab this. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, that makes so much more sense. All right. So then you can lace it up like this. And then you're just going to go back and forth all the way up. So you want to come up this hole and then you want to go down on this one. And that's going to give you that really pretty lacy look. There we go. And then for your ribbons, what you can do is when you're working on them, leave them loose. And then that way you can kind of straighten them out if they turn, because sometimes they will turn like this. You see that? So if it turns, don't make it super, super tight when you first do it, because what you can do is you can go back and pull them and then pull the top tighter. And that's going to give you that nice, clean, lacy look. All right. So there you go. I'm sorry, you guys, that I was being a bubblehead again and didn't add that on right. But that is exactly how it's supposed to look. So you're going to have your one ribbon here and the other one over here. Okay? Perfect. Oh, my goodness. All right, you guys, hang on just a second and I will switch cameras. Oh, that was quite the excitement.
Hey.
Hey. Did you see my big boo-boo that I just did?
Well, I didn't see when you were doing it, but I got the gist of it when you were explaining. So the ribbon must have got all messed up. But
oh yeah, I was just
I mean, it happens. That is part of crafting.
Yeah, but that's like 2 weeks in a row that I have had. I've had bubble brain. A lot going on.
There's
a lot going on. Yeah, and just you get preoccupied.
Hi, Isabel.
Yeah, but it's just it's a quick card. It's fun. Like I said, the hardest part is the lacy stuff. But I've got the pattern for you with all the little notes and stuff. So I will make sure that you guys have a link for that. And then
the easiest part is the foil.
Exactly. As I said, aside from Rhinestone Genie, those are the only two things that I can think of that you can add bling and sparkle that simple. Mm-hmm. Because, everything else just takes too long.
It does.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that.
I think they did. I mean, from what I saw.
Probably thoroughly confused at this point, but I was just I get bubble-headed and it's just like, okay, what am I doing here?
Well, that's part of
Yeah.
teaching. The simpler, the better. As from now on, I have so many birthday cards to make. Yes.
Oh. Yeah. Is this your busy time, Isabel, for birthdays? Because I know it is in our family. March, I think, is our busiest. March and December.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of birthdays in both.
I did have a brand new grandbaby delivered on Friday.
Oh, I didn't know.
I know you didn't.
Oh,
So,
and
grandbaby number 18, little
well,
girl,
that I knew, and I knew
9 pounds.
9 pounds. Oh, poor Jenny.
The last one was 9 pounds too.
I didn't.
After you have this many, but
That's
they
true.
delivered at home again.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you, Dorothy.
that
Thanks,
is so
Christine.
amazing. That is so amazing to be able to do that if you can.
Right.
I,
Right.
me, I don't like pain much, so yeah. But I mean, as far as it being special,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
just such a beautiful time for the family, you know.
Yeah. Isabel said from the end of January through the end of August. That's a long
Oh,
time to have
yeah,
lots of
you got
birthdays.
lots of yes, you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I don't
so I just popped in to remind everybody that I'm going live at 2 o'clock. So I don't know what time it is,
it
little
is
over an hour,
yep.
we will be live with Juliana. And we're going to talk about Jewelry Con, which is an add-on to Bellicon, or it's a standalone also.
Right.
And that will be live hopefully Friday. And then Bellicon goes live today at 5 o'clock for the public in see Bellicon. So, am I in a warehouse? No, Isabel. I blurred the background because when I've done the lives the last couple times, I've been turning all my stuff so you could see the beautiful outside because I'm in South Padre, Texas, and working remote. And so I've never blurred the background before, and I thought this is a better picture because, like, when I'm turned, the sun is coming in from behind me, and the last couple of weeks have been all blurry, or
Yeah.
the whole picture has been horrible.
Yeah.
So that's actually the kitchen. This is a 2-bedroom condo, and one of the bedrooms actually doesn't even have a window, so I would never want to work in there. And my husband
Mhm.
works remote in the other bedroom. He brings his desk and everything, and he does have a nice big window. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I love about mine, because I've got
I
so
like
many.
windows.
I feel closed in without them.
Yeah,
Not
and I
good.
have like a whole wall of windows in front of me. So
Yeah,
it
that
works.
makes it nice. Yes, yes, yes. And you're
Yes.
gonna be
So
there for a while still.
I look more clear. Thanks, Dorothy. I know it was bad. I am here for a couple more weeks, and then we drive home. We have to stop by Julie's house because she has stuff for the swag bags that I have to pick up that she has been organizing for me. It's actually her stuff that she's giving for the swag bags, but she actually is making them into packets of 125 for me, so I don't have to do that.
Oh,
So
nice.
I have to pick that up and go home and then get all the swag packaged, shipped, and then head back to Julie's. And yesterday she said, if you could come a couple more days early besides the couple I'm coming. So we'll see.
Oh, so much fun though.
Well, there's a show and she wants it's I don't know if it's scrapbooking expo. It's an expo of some sort, a paper
Oh,
crafting one, and
oh, I haven't been
we
to one
should
of those.
attend.
ever.
I
Oh, I
know,
used to
right?
go all the time. Because they used to have they used to have them in LA all the time or in the area, which is only, an hour or so
Mhm.
away from me. So, yeah, I went down all the time for the different shows.
Yeah.
When they had all the cool stamp shows and all, I miss
Mhm.
all
I
of
know,
that.
right?
It's
Um,
just, ugh,
Isabel, because the background is blurred, the effect is one of distant. Right. And
yeah,
I don't like when people have the fake backgrounds because so I've never done it because when you
uh,
move, it's
it
you're all
yeah,
like
it's
you're
just yeah,
through.
they need to fix that. They need to do something to
Yeah,
make
I
that
mean,
better, but
to be
yeah,
able to have a background that said Bellicon, which I put up here one time, but it looked horrible because whenever I moved, it was all weird.
yeah,
But I tried this one and asked Lisa before she went live, "Does this look okay?" And yeah,
yep.
so
Yeah, and like told you this morning or earlier that, it makes it easier to see you too because it was so dark,
it was
the other
because
way.
the
Yeah,
sun was coming in from behind. So
right,
yeah,
right.
it was, yeah. So
Yep. I
this is
get it.
better. I
I
know,
get
I rewatched that video and I had to shut it off because I thought, "Wow, that's horrible."
it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that is it for me. I have 2 winners to pick. I've got 2 weeks to do. Um, and Ann and I are sponsoring this one, so we'll probably do an ebook because she's traveling. I know a lot of times when I'm using Ann's products, that's what we'll do for the giveaway, but she's traveling. I don't want her to have to think about that. So we'll do an ebook of, whatever's choice, whoever wins. But don't forget to like, comment, and share hashtag Bella Crafts,
Yes.
and you'll be entered into the giveaway. And then when I am done here, I will get the link for this. So you guys will have this pattern. And then also, I will announce the winners for the last 2 weeks, which one was Gina K. And I think the other one was a Sizzix one. Yes. Yes. Sizzix, because I did the keychains. So I've got another stamp set from Sizzix to give away. So yay, we'll
Perfect.
do that. But yes, I will definitely do that. You guys, I am so sorry. Things have just been absolutely insane. Anne's life was much more insane than mine, but mine has been a little crazy. And then now I told you about my little mishap here. So, and it's right before Bellagon, and my husband says to me, don't worry about it. Get whatever
See?
stuff done you need to do. Leave it in the living room. You know, nobody's coming over. We don't have company or anything. Well, and I just got new furniture in there. So I didn't want to see all of my crafts. Forget it. Just
But
forget it.
he's a keeper.
He is. He really,
See,
really
we
is.
both got good ones.
Oh yeah, gosh, he puts up with me after all these years.
Well,
Woo!
thank you everybody for being here and make sure you come back at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
And because Jules is so excited. And we will talk about Bellicon and what's going to happen there. We picked up another instructor who just happened to send me, well, because I told her about it and she said, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And it was a gorgeous bracelet. And she said, "Well, I do things besides paper." so, so we have another instructor, which is
Yay!
exciting. Mhm.
Yay! We love
Yeah.
that. Yes, we love that. All right, so that's it for me, guys. Like Ann said, join us back in an hour, about an hour or so. And as we always say, every week, and I have really needed it this last few weeks. Take a little time to craft.
Because it's good for your soul. And we both know that.
Yes, we do. All
Okay.
right, you guys. We'll see you
Bye,
in
everybody.
an
We'll see
hour.
you in 1 hour.